The woman should have died from a traffic accident 6 years ago. Suddenly appeared in front of me. Dong-yeon feels scared. Immediately find an assistant. Ask if Eun-soo is still alive. The assistant was afraid that Dong-yeon would blame her for doing bad things. Confirmed that at that time, it was all done. Seeing him up to this point is still making excuses. Dong-yeon kicked him and fell to the ground. The assistant knows that it can't be hidden anymore. He knelt down to confess his guilt. That woman is indeed still alive. But all memories have been lost. Doesn't affect us. How can this evil Dong-yeon be at ease? He told the assistant to definitely destroy the route. Can't leave any harm. So the assistant asked Tae-sung to call Eun-soo's brother-in-law on the phone. Said he knew the news of Jin Ji-yu. Tell him to bring Eun-soo to meet. Jin Ji-yu thought it was real, so he brought Eun-soo to the meeting place. When the two were about to meet Tae-sung, then Dae Ji-yu received a phone call from Jin Ji-yu. When he heard that the two were going to meet Tae-sung, Dae Ji-yu I hear what you're saying here. Now take my hand, I'll run away. Don't go in Tae-sung's direction. Run in the opposite direction. Don't let Tae-sung catch you. Don't let Tae-sung catch your sister-in-law. Run, turn around. When Dae Ji-yu saw Tae-sung's cunning smiley face, finally reacted out. So he dragged Eun-soo to run for his life. Tae-sung wants to play cat and mouse game, given that the two will not be able to escape his hand. When he was pleased, then Eun-soo and Dae Ji-yu got in the car and ran away, leaving only Tae-sung. When I got home, Eun-soo also felt that something was not right. She asked Dae Ji-yu if something happened to Jin Ji-yu. Dae Ji-yu doesn't want Eun-soo to worry. Just said my brother had some business to take care of. Tell her not to go near Manbot Company. Jung-hoon asks his assistant to investigate Eun-soo's past. The assistant told him that he couldn't find any information about Eun-soo 6 years ago. But now Eun-soo and Jin Ji-yu have not registered their marriage. There is no information about her on the papers. The more Jung-hoon felt like this, the more he doubted Eun-soo's identity. Vice President. That woman must not be a spy. What? Jung-hoon returned to his office disappointed. He was discovered by Se-yeon again that he was not wearing an engagement ring. Jung-hoon explained that he went to wash his hands and forgot to put them on. We'll send someone to find it. Angry Se-yeon only blamed him for not paying attention to her. I can't sleep when I look at the ring every day. Then take this opportunity to get angry. If so angry. If you have the courage, don't marry me anymore. At home, Jung-hoon asked his aunt and mother. Are there two people who look alike but aren't twins? The aunt says that the surgery is not for revenge. That is memory loss. Jung-hoon thought back to Eun-soo's voice and eyes now. Even the location of the wound was the same as before. Definitely memory loss. If this really happened. So that person. It's Eun-soo. What? No problem, thank you very much. The rich man wanted to find out the truth about the woman who was exactly like his dead girlfriend. Is it really his deep first love? I asked you to reinvestigate the traffic accident 6 years ago. And wanted to meet the police investigating the case that year to find out the situation. His assistant overheard that Jung-hoon was looking for the person in charge of the case that year. Dong-yeon soon bribed assistant Nam. Hearing this news, he immediately went to Dong-yeon's assistant. He was also aware that this was starting to get difficult. In fact, that year the police discovered an unreasonable crime scene. But he was an alcoholic, a scoundrel. Take that opportunity to give him some money to keep his mouth shut. Jung-hoon learned that the record of the accident that year was suddenly missing. He asked Dong-yeon if he knew about this. Dong-yeon's heart was a little panicked. It is doubtful that Jung-hoon discovered anything. Outwardly, he appeared calm. And back to blaming Jung-hoon. Already married. Why can't you let go of Eun-soo? How can you be like my sister? Jung-hoon's suspicion made Dong-yeon unable to rest assured. He is afraid that the engagement party of his sister and Jung-hoon will go wrong. Back home, he advises Se-yeon to drop the engagement. Directly marry Jung-hoon. But how can Jung-hoon who day and night wish Eun-soo agree? Dong-yeon is afraid that Jung-hoon will find out the truth about the accident that year. So he called his assistant in. Asked him if he's finished dealing with the policeman who knows everything. He said he was pretended to be taken to the hospital for rehab. Today, Jung-hoon saw Eun-soo again outside the supermarket. He couldn't contain the excitement in his heart. Stay behind and follow her. When Eun-soo sees the snow on the stairs, she will fall. Insu immediately appeared beside her. He warmly helped her clean the snow on the steps. The two talked and laughed and laughed. Jung-hoon looked at the familiar face in front of him, constantly recalling the scene of two people holding hands. It is now two people, two worlds. When she was about to say goodbye, Insu took back her bag, discovered again that the pocket had a hole in it, wetting Jung-hoon's pants. Insu hurriedly said that she wanted to pay for dry cleaning. He recalled the scene that appeared before. For Insu to get her memories back, Jung-hoon also repeated his previous words. But no effect. Jung-hoon apologizes to Se-yeon for losing the ring. Se-yeon wants to marry him sooner. That's why it's easy to forgive Jung-hoon. He even offered to invite him to spend the night at his house, but was rejected by Jung-hoon. At home, his aunt asked him, talking about memory loss that day, mentioned Insu. Is it the girl who died 6 years ago? Jung-hoon promised to wait for the investigation to be clear and then tell his aunt. I am very worried, afraid that you will fall again. After she died 4 years ago, I was like a soulless person. Really, my mother and aunt. Afraid of what will happen to you, always anxious. I am God to my mother and aunt. You are very important in our hearts. I already know. But I'm afraid you will fall for that girl again. I'm afraid of you like then. Auntie, rest assured. I won't crash, it won't happen again.